The floor plan is arguably the most important drawing for an architect. And there are many ways to achieve a floor plan. There's hand drawing, there's CAD, and here's a little example of one of mine, very, very quick floor plans. There's obviously Revit, you could even use SketchUp. But all those, come at a cost, and some of them aren't the fastest way of doing it. I wouldn't jump straight into designing a floor plan in the likes of Revit. I would use Revit a little further down the line. And quite recently, I stumbled across a program called Rayon, and we've been chatting with the guys at Rayon, and they've been kind enough to give us a pro login so we can test its full features and share it with our audience. Now, a couple of benefits for Rayon is, number one, it's free, and it is actually free as well, to an extent, of course. It's, no one gives anything away for nothing in full, but this is genuinely a free product because you do have 3 models, 3 projects that you can work with. It does come with a limited asset library, but there's still plenty in there to produce drawings. So you can produce full working drawings in Rayon for free. And then the paid tiers, I think, are very reasonable, especially when you compare them to the market leaders. In addition to that, it's a very, very fast way of drawing. It draws, rather than drawing in lines like you do in CAD. So again, if I just jump to CAD, you're drawing in lines, and even the door, that's just a group, that isn't anything too fancy. Whereas in Rayon, it's similar to Revit in the doors are proper components, the punch holes in the wall, and you draw with walls as well. So what I want to do is I want to use this 2-bed apartment as a bit of a guide, a bit of a demonstration, and we're going to work it up using as many Rayon tools as possible. So when you log in, you start a new project, and you're met with some of these tutorials, which are great. I've had a little flick through these just to get myself familiar. The first thing you want to do is just rename it to, let's just call it 2-bed apartments. This is the name of our first model, our first project, if you like. It's telling us to update there. Let's just hit that. That was nice and quick. So the first thing I would like to do is let's start to draw a wall in, and it just says at the bottom, it's very, very clear, by the way, very intuitive. At the bottom here, we've got set first point. So we then want to draw that across. It's currently in meters, so let's just do that. So you hit enter to pick the length, then you can pick the angle, and then click. So let's go 7. And then it gives us a snap. So it actually does feel a little bit like Revit, actually. And while I'm drawing, I just want to convert my units to millimeters. That's how I work. Then a great thing to note is that you can then play with the thickness of the wall, the style of the wall, and all that sort of stuff. So it's got some standard thicknesses. It's got 50, 1, 2, and 300. And to be honest with you, for a very quick floor plan, that's plenty. So we'll do 300 for the external walls, and let's give it a coloured fill like that. Then, before we draw the next wall, let's jump back to the 100mm, and then just start to draw this in. And it's just so intuitive. For me, just as I'm drawing this, the use case at the moment for me for this software, I will do more videos on it, but the use case is quick floor plans to get design iterations out to clients or tutors or whatever. And I think this could be useful for appraisals as well, because you can draw shapes quite easily, so you could do just quick, very quick block plans to get appraisals done as well. Now you'll notice that as I'm scrolling with the mouse wheel, it's up and down. That takes a little bit of getting used to. You hold control like you would with a PDF, and the thing here is it's like a vectorized drawing, so you can zoom in as much as you want. And something again that's interesting is that you'll notice that I'm just in Google Chrome. This is a web-based piece of kit. So let's drag that up there. We've then got another wall to just add in. Oh, there, like so. Is that all our rooms? 1, 2, 3. We've got a little storeroom there, so let's just... Then we can just drag that wall out. And again, Revit users will be quite familiar with that. So let's do something like that. And then, just so we're working as accurately as we can, the width of that room is 3.6. So then all you have to do is just click that wall, 3.6, and then it moves it over like so. So then we can drag that across like that. And then we've got our ensuite bathroom, we've got our 2 bedrooms. We'll call that bottom one a single and we'll call that one a double. So we've got our very, very basic stuff in. And then up here, we've got an incredible block library. Look at this. So that's saying 60 at the top. So these are 60 subcategories of blocks. Now, again, my practice, we've built up these blocks, but it takes a while. So it's this is a good piece of kit for new practices, people starting out in the industry. So all this stuff takes ages to build up. So let's have a look. Let's go into bathrooms and let's just drop a bathtub in like so. And it already has what's called a wipeout, which is it covers the things beneath it. So when you add a floor finish or something, it will slot under the furniture, which is absolutely superb. Another thing to note as well that I'm very impressed by is the snapping. The snapping is absolutely superb. So let's just drop some basic blocks in. To rotate, you just use the tools down here, like so. And a little sink. Oh, not a little sink. Let's just scale that down. You can scale accurately as well. See the way when you're scaling, you've got those measurements there. So you can, I'm drawing quite quickly, but you can draw with a real good degree of accuracy. So let's then copy this. So you hit CC for copy, and then you select the base point, and then rotate accordingly. So let's just pull that up. I like to use, in bathrooms particularly, I like to use the furniture as constraints. Like that, and then just move that one over like so. How easy is that? How quick is this? Again, you'll notice me doing this a little bit because I'm not used to the zoom method just yet. Let's go into beds. Drop a little double bed in. Something like that. Don't be too critical of me layout just yet. Let's just take 100mm off that. Let's do a little twin bed in there, just something, yeah, something like that. Again, you can zoom right in. So that'll do us. And then, in the same place, we can type in door, and then we get these brilliant door blocks. So you can drop it anywhere, and then, look, it snaps to the wall. So clever. Again, CC, copy the base point. And then you've got this ability to then add them multiple. Put in multiples like that. You might choose a different door. Again, I'm just trying to demonstrate the power of the software. And again, to flip this, we use the tools down here. I just love that you can slide the door along. There's no trimming of lines. Again, if I just show you a comparison here, if I use CAD, I would then bring that over and then I would have to drag me lines and what have you. There are trim tools and stretch tools and all that sort of stuff. Can't quite find my stretch tool up there. There we go. Like that. But that's still a lot longer than just dragging the thing across like so. So again, this for me is great for, I mean, it's good for finished floor plans, don't get me wrong, but my personal use case would be initial floor plans. We do these kind of unit types for developers, and this is a great use case to just get floor plans out quickly before we commit, I suppose, and then pop it all into Revit or something similar. Okay, so we've got beds in. Let's see if there's a wardrobe. Oh, show me the source code of the page there. It's even picked up on a typo there actually, which is very good. Let's just do it doesn't need to be 600, where are we? Yeah, 2 meters. They're quite deep, these. Let's just go for that one, just for ease. So you've got like a little cloak area on entry. Let's just drag that down. Now let's see if we can. Yeah, so see the weight of it was too chunky for me, so just change the style there to, yeah, that's much better. So I wonder whether I can do that multiple. Just change that weight down. There we go. Just wasn't feeling the thick outline on them. How good is that? So now we should be able to, there we go, snap it perfectly. Make that flush there. And that'll be a little storage cupboard. I mean, it is little. Let's see if I can just bring that down a little bit and make it something a bit more meaningful. Developers, don't thank you for circulation space unnecessarily. Yeah, a little 710er. There we go. Lovely stuff. Now, if we go to bedroom basics, there's then little, well, we can use this wardrobe first. Could drag that across. Again, the door, let's just bring that line weight down. We could even change the weight of the let's say we want to change the weight of the external walls like that, just to give them a bit more prominence. It's interesting. Let's do a nice built-in wardrobe there, something like that. Same with this, CC to copy. Lovely stuff. So what else have we got? You know, we could have a little plant. Little TV maybe at the end. I'll keep saying little. maybe a TV at the end of the bed, something like that. Maybe just scale that down, just so we can center that on the bed. So you get the idea there. Then for the kitchen, let me just demonstrate something else. So you can actually draw lines like that. So let's just do a typical kitchen cabinet, 600 by 600. Let's give it a fill. Something like that. And then we can very easily copy that across. And we'll just scale that last one to fit. So there's our kitchen. And then let's just do sofa and dining table. So if we go back, let's just type in sofa, see what comes up. Don't know why that's got a big bounding box on it, but we can live with it. Although that's a little too big. See what this one is. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's just a little bug there. Let's just try that in again. Might have been me. Let's just make sure that the line weight is at the lowest. Another TV stand. And you can free rotate like that. You might even have that over there. And then let's go for a dining table. I'm gonna go into too big. It's not the biggest apartment in the world. Now I am scaling things down here. You will need to check measurements if you're doing that. You shouldn't just scale stuff down willy-nilly, because it wouldn't be true to life. But I'm just demonstrating the program. Maybe even a little coffee table. Something like that. Like how quick is that? You can also add dimensions. Let's just pop some dimensions in. Like so. And as ever, you can change the style, you can change the font. Let's just go railway just to have a play. Large, something like that. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure why these lines keep creeping in. I'm sure it's something I'm doing. Let's. Again, forgive the dodgy scaling, just doing it for ease. Okay. Something I forgot is windows. Very, very similar. Let's just pop one of these in. Very similar to doors, so it punches the hole in the wall for you. and you can change the width to whatever you want. Let's maybe set it to 1500, 1750. You should size your windows on brick dimensions, by the way. Again, I'm just keeping it simple. CC, like that. Pick your base point. Drag it across. Happy days. Right, and that's not all. We can then go into what are called zones. And again, very similar to Revit, it recognizes zones on the plan, it recognizes rooms. So you can very quickly get a sense of the sizes in each. I'll leave that store cupboard because of the size of the text, or the potential of that. So we've now got zones with areas. The only thing, I'm not 100% sure whether it's got this capability. Let me just double check if I can do it in here. Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe tell me in the comments if I've missed this. But you have to change the overall unit measurement to then get a sensible area, because you don't want an area in millimeters squared. That's ridiculous. So to get it as meter squared, which is how I would portray it, you have to change the overall units to meters. So maybe that's something. If that is the case in this software, and I'm not missing anything, then maybe that's something that the guys need to look at, because I would want to show my measurements in millimeters, but I want to show my areas in meters squared. Anyway, it's no massive deal, as I say, for the purpose of this drawing. It's absolutely fantastic. So with the zone selected, just trying to find style, there we go. We can now turn to textures, which I think is fantastic. But personally, I think actual textures are a little crude. So what I would prefer to do is use a lovely hatch like that. How nice is that? Where are we? Style. And then if you click the little three buttons there, you've then got all kinds of different hatches. So carpet might just be that little dot dash sort of style. Let's just go for that. And then in the bathrooms, of course, you would go a tile. So something like that. How nice is that? And I haven't been using this software for long. I am a CAD user of many years, but this particularly, it's different. It's very different. It's actually took a tiny bit of getting used to from my bad habits, if you like, in CAD. This is such an intuitive piece of software. So we've got a very neat floor plan. It was rapid to make, rapid to populate, and we've got some really interesting hatches there as well. We can change the style of the text. Let's just change that to black. See if I can select multiple. There we go. And then to change the name, you select the zone, and then up here, let's do living, dining. Select the zone again, entrance, hall, bedroom 2, bedroom 1, ensuite, maybe just center that bath, and then bathroom like so. absolutely fantastic. And it doesn't stop there. You can create very quick area schedules as well. So in the tables section, top left, we can hit create table, and in here you can then assign an attribute. So if we go area, it then automatically condenses that schedule into an area schedule of the apartment, and it gives you the total square area of that apartment as well, which again, you know, developers love to see this information. Quantity surveyors love to see this information. So I think, again, you know, the data that you can pull out of this is absolutely fantastic. And you could even, let me see, you know, it's a bit gone a bit strange there, but what I was getting at was you could even drag this wall out and start to create a full floor plan. That would obviously take a little bit more work. Okay, and then the last thing I want to cover, there are tons of other tools, but the last thing I want to cover is how to actually turn this now into something that you can send out. So all I did there was select the Pages tab and add a new page. This has now created a draw sheet for us, and draw sheets and plotting in CAD is notoriously fiddly. In here, that is not the case. So let's change our sheet to an A3, and let's do 1 to 50. If we then go back to our library, we can type in title, and we get a range of title blocks. I prefer the vertical format. So if I just drag this in, there we go. It's got a little north arrow for us there. And all you do is you scale that down to suit the page. To center the drawing, what you want to do is you want to actually move the title block and move the frame. There we go. So that's better. And then with the title block selected, you click edit, and then drawing number, A01's fine really. Scale though, we've said it's 1 to 50. Project number, ours starts with RBA, so RBA, you know, 278, something like that. Date, same again, you change the date. You could also add text, you can add your own text. So say we want our logo, just for example. Has that got a fill to it? Let's just see. White hatch. There we go. So let's just make it transparent. I'm actually tempted to just delete that. I don't need a fill. Let's then change the size of that. You get the idea. You can load images in and all that sort of stuff. You can also, I'm sure there's a section on symbols. Is this alphabetical order? Page layout and symbols. So there's things like, if we just jump back here, you can bring in section cuts, which is interesting. In ArchAdemia's Perfect Floor Plan course, we explain all these different icons as a cheeky plug. And then same again, you can update the logo with your own and so on and so on. So we've then got a title block, and it all sits on a page. If we go back to our pages, we can then do export to PDF. And there we are. How good is that? we can draw with ease. We can create title blocks with ease. We can plot to PDF with ease, and it's got schedules and everything. So for me, mega impressive, and I think you'll be definitely hearing more about Rayon generally, and I think we will cover a few more topics and a few more use cases as well. So I hope this has been useful. Hope it's give you something to consider. Might give you another tool to use. Might save you a couple of quid as well on more expensive software. And to learn more about ArchAdemia, please head to ArchAdemia.com. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it, all that good stuff. And if you want to contact me directly, please send me an email at adam@archademia.com.